The general was stunned to discover that his love rival had actually returned from the dead, and to make matters worse, his wife threw herself into the rival's arms in public. Every single one of these actions filled the general with rage. He roughly pulled his wife back to his side and kissed her right in front of his rival, only for the woman who had once loved him deeply to slap him hard across the face. The blow shattered the general. Still, he choked back his sorrow and dragged her back to their chambers. But when he tried to kiss her again, all he received was a look of bitter resentment from her. In that moment, the general finally realized the truth: his wife had never loved him at all. The only thing she'd ever cared about was the heart beating inside his chest. It turned out she was once a noble princess, but the emperor had sent her to the enemy state as a hostage to secure peace. Fortunately, the chancellor, who loved her dearly, had risked everything to break into the enemy kingdom and rescue her. Though he'd succeeded in bringing her home, he'd succumbed to his severe wounds shortly after. Just as the princess was about to die for love alongside him, she'd learned by chance that the emperor had had the chancellor's heart transplanted into the general's body. To stay close to her beloved's heart, the princess endured humiliation and insisted on marrying the general. At first, the general had been furious at her stubbornness, but over time, he'd gradually fallen in love with her. Little did he know that the chancellor had struck a deal with the devil. The devil would bring him back to life for 7 days, and in return, the chancellor would sacrifice his soul to the devil after that time, allowing the princess to see her true love once more. Blinded by fear that the princess would leave him, the general had framed the chancellor for betraying the country. To clear her lover's name, the princess burst into the imperial court to explain the truth to the emperor, only to enrage him in the process. In his fury, the emperor publicly ordered the princess's execution. Luckily, the general learned of her impending fate. Desperate to atone for his mistakes, he led his troops to storm the execution ground. In the end, he took a sword strike meant for her, shielding the princess with his own body. As she knelt beside the dying general, sobbing uncontrollably, the princess realized she'd fallen in love with him all over again after the chancellor's first death. She carried the gravely wounded general to the chancellor, begging him to heal the man she now loved. The chancellor knew his power could only revive the general for 7 days. Determined to ensure the princess would be cared for the rest of her life, he summoned death once more, offering to end his own revived existence early in exchange for curing the general. After death agreed, the chancellor dissolved into ashes before the princess's eyes, and at that very moment, the general's wounds healed completely, restoring him to full health.